Well, hey everybody, I'm John Ritlin, and this is my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 14 Night 1 event. And they have 2 nights in the Dome, which is great because Night 2 can be where all the big moments happen because nothing big happened on Night 1. 40,000 people in the Dome, and they got to witness a show where they're like, really? We traveled from all over the world, spent all this money to witness that show? A show that only had, 2 potential Match of the Year candidates. Now, was everything on the show perfect? No, it was a layered card. There were some matches where you're like, okay, this is strictly filler, but it was like to hype up matches that were going to take place on Night 2. However, with the way they ended all these matches, especially the championship matches, are all going to lead to some big moments, potential big moments on Night 2. And I would love to hear in the comments what you guys have to say. Now, you guys may disagree with some of the criticisms I have, and that's why the comment box is there. And I'd love to hear from you guys. So, Stardom match was not televised. Hopefully, it will be shown at some point. I like the idea of the Stardom women being featured on some of the bigger New Japan cards, while being their own separate company. And then the Dome was packed and very loud. This crowd was loud as fuck. Kevin Kelly, Chris Charlton, Gino Gambino, and Rocky Romero on commentary. And we have Toa Hanare, Carl Fredericks, Clark Connors, and Alex Coughlin versus Togi Makabe, Hanma, Yuya, and Yota. It was great to see Toa Hanare, in a pretty big match. I mean, it was a typical match. Like it was something you might see on one of the Road 2 shows, but still, everybody seemed motivated. It was good stuff for what it was. And in the end, Yota falls to Toa bottom, 1, 2, 3. Not a bad match. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on a lot of the undercard matches. Not that the guys aren't important, but not a whole lot of big shit happened. Give Hanare a spot in the New Japan Cup and the G1. I do want to say that. And then we have Yuji Nagata and Manabu Nakanishi versus Tenzan and Kojima. Nagata, according to Chris Charlton, in his 44th Tokyo Dome match, and holy shit, he's got a lot of rich history in the Dome, as do these other 3 men as well. Nagata is still one of my favorites, favorite Japanese wrestlers. He's absolutely great. Even in his 50s, he can still perform really well. I'm worried about Nakanishi because, yeah, he's powerful, but he really can't move all that well. Tenzan and Kojima, I think, still have a little bit left, especially Kojima. I mean, come on, he's got to eat bread and he's got to fight. And he's got to chop people and get the crowd to swear, according to Chris Charlton. Not that bad. Koji Cutter pins Nakanishi 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we get that. We get to show respect at the end. Cool. And it was with Nakanishi, but also with Nagata. It was nice to see Nakanishi getting to show respect, and I think he's almost done. But it was still nice to see because these guys, again, great veterans and have meant a lot to New Japan Pro Wrestling and Japanese wrestling in general. We then get the first of 2 Jushin Thunder Liger retirement matches, one on Night 1, one on Night 2. And then we get the retirement ceremony at New Year's Dash. Guys, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for him to go. Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask, Great Sasuke, and Tatsumi Fujinami, the legend, faced Ric Flair, at Super Brawl 1, and then also for the championship a little bit later at one of the, I believe it was the super shows that WCW and New Japan did. They took on Ryusuke Taguchi, and forgive me if I get some of these names wrong, Tatsuhito Takiyawa, Shinjiro Otani, and Naoko Sano. And El Samurai was in Liger's corner, and Kanuku Kobashi was in Taguchi's corner. I do apologize if I get any of these names wrong. I am sorry. It was good stuff. Great nostalgia. Liger gained a huge pop, as he should have. I mean, every single person cheering. He was getting the hero's welcome as he deserves for all the stuff that he has done for not just junior heavyweight wrestling, but wrestling all over the world. He has influenced so many. Him and Great Muta were my gateways into New Japan. If it wasn't for them, I would not be reviewing New Japan at all. I probably wouldn't be as big of a wrestling fan as I am had it not been for Jushin Thunder Liger. This was nostalgia, turned up to 11. Everybody got a chance to shine and do a few moves. Tatsumi Fujinami even did a couple Dragon Screw leg whips. Nobody overstayed their welcome in here, and it came down to Taguchi and Liger, and in the end, Dodon pins Jushin Thunder Liger 1, 2, 3. Taguchi did not want to pin him. You could see it in his face. And Liger, though, very selfless, very giving. He did not, he's like, nope, I'm going to put as many people over as possible on my way out. And that's how great of a veteran he is. And he got a big show of respect at the end. And then he gets to team up with Naoki Sano against Ryu Lee and Hiromu Takahashi tomorrow. So a lot of stuff happening on night 1. It's going to tie into night 2. So I guess it is a good thing they did this. And what do you guys think of the idea of a 2-day Wrestle Kingdom? I like the idea, even if some matches here could have been on Road 2 shows and been left off. All due respect to the talents. So we then get LIJ versus Suzuki-gun. We get LIJ members minus Naito. So Bushi, Shingo, Evil, Sonata, well, and minus Hiromu. I got so used to saying, not even including Hiromu there because he was injured for so long. Thank God he's back. They took on Suzuki, Taichi, El Desperado, and Zack Sabre Jr. Suzuki not coming out to Kazumi Nare. Apparently he may be leaving soon. I don't know if he's leaving for sure. If he is, I hope he has great success wherever he goes. I wish New Japan would make a play, offer him money, offer him a spot, something for him to stay, because he deserves it, and he is a damn hard worker, but we'll see what happens. But we could get Sabre-gun. We could get Zack Sabre Jr. taking over, and then we could get Minoru Suzuki leaving, maybe coming back in a year, wanting to take over, kind of like how Suzuki took over M.A. Suzuki-gun from being Kojima-gun. But anyway, it was a lot of quick moves, a lot of tags and stuff like that. It was a way to hype up Sonata versus Zack Sabre Jr., and Yuma Plata taps out Bushi. So Zack Sabre Jr. avenges his loss that he suffered to Bushi at the Road to Tokyo Dome shows. Then we get Goto, Yano, Ishii, and Yoshihashi versus Kenta, Fale, Chase, and Yujiro. And it's all about hyping up Kenta and Goto for the Never Openweight Championship on night 2. Wasn't bad. Everybody get in here. Chase, of course, in his entrance, I should make mention, had for his little finger gun thing, had sound effects, gun sound effects. Bit weird, but okay. I mean, I'm not faulting Chase. Bit weird they did that, but okay. Ishii does a 1-point lip Fale and a brainbuster. Holy shit, that was impressive. And then GTR pins Yujiro. 1, 2, 3. I mean, he's got Peter, so at least there's that. Not a bad match, but not great. And then we get to a match I wanted to like and just didn't end up liking all that much. Guerrillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, who I like. I think they're a great team. David Finlay and Juice Robinson, they're a pretty good team. They're two single competitors rather, but making a pretty good team, and you can tell they are friends. IWGP Tag Team Championship match, I didn't like it. I didn't. It was sloppy at times. It wasn't all bad, but it's just I don't know if the timing was off or what, or if the spots just weren't planned, or what the deal was. Nothing. It's not that anything in this match was particularly oh shit, this is what's bad. This is what's bad about it. Oh god, that was a horrible botch, or all of this. It just didn't fire for me. I just didn't care for it. I just didn't think it was all that good. There was a brawl to start where Finn Juice is hey, we're gonna go to the ramp and we're gonna attack these two guys. And Juice gets destroyed and tossed into the ramp. Then Finlay gets beat up some, and everybody gets beat up, and then eventually Jado gets involved with the kendo stick, but that doesn't work. Left hand of God, and acid drop off the ropes. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. And I wanted Guerrillas of Destiny to win. I wanted them to win and retain the championships. I know they had them for almost a year. They had them for just under 11 months because they won them at New Beginning in Osaka last year. But still, they haven't retained the championships in the last 2 Wrestle Kingdoms that they've been at before this. And it's just ridiculous. Have them fucking do it. Have them win the championships back at Dominion Osaka or something like that, and then go on a tear and win them, or retain them rather at Wrestle Kingdom and actually do something, because it's make your championships matter. I'm not saying the Finn Juice can't be a good team. It's just I just didn't care for this. Give Guerrillas of Destiny their respect, but otherwise, why'd you give them almost 11-month reign if you're not going to feature them well? Get more tag teams, by the way, for the junior and for the heavyweight tag team divisions, and make it matter more. Then we get to Jon Moxley and Lance Archer Texas Death Match. Excuse me. IWGP US Championship. Holy shit, this was violent, but violent in a bit of a controlled way, except for this one table spot. Ouch. And the exposed, headshots. Ouch. Why? Oh, well, Texas Death Match. I mean, I guess that's kind of why. Both these guys are safe workers, but insane, especially Mox. And yeah, Mox throwing chairs in, and Archer comes out with a helmet with spikes on it, and trash can lids, and they just beat shit out of each other. It's pretty much what it was. There was this one point where Archer tries to do the rope walk, and I don't know if he slipped or jumped off intentionally, and it kind of looked like a botch, but regardless of what it did, and botches happen, Mox took the kendo stick and just swung it at him and said, fuck it, we're going to make this look good. And they did. There were some cool dives and everything. There was a spot on the apron. Of course, the hardest part of the ring, a blackout, where Archer picks him up, kind of reverse razor's edge, throws Moxley right onto the chairs. Plastic bag portion over the face, where he doesn't do like Terry Funk and Ric Flair and put the plastic bag over his head, but he takes the plastic bag like a face hugger and just does that. Just does that stuff. I was going to try to talk and then realize it wouldn't make any sense. But he does that while he's doing the Everybody Dies claw. And okay, that was a bit graphic, but whatever. It was safe-ish. I mean, I think Mox was signed off on it. And then there were tables set up outside. 2 tables. And it looked like Archer was going to hit a chokeslam. Nope. Death Rider 1, 2, except there were no counts here. That would have been a whole lot easier, but no. We had to do the 10 count. It was 10 counter submission. And it was 10 count because Archer just could not get back to his feet. He also had his arm cut. Something fierce. Either his arm or something. I think even like part of one of his braids came off or something like that, or got hacked off. That was pretty violent. I hope Archer's going to be okay. He's had a really big 2019, and into 2020 I had a feeling that Moxley would win. I was 4 for 11 on my predictions, by the way. I managed to get a few championship matches right, and that was about it. Oh, and I got Goto's team winning. That was about it. Everything else I was dead wrong on. This was a good match. It was. I enjoyed it. It was quick, violent. Yes, it had a couple moments where it's like, okay, that's a bit much, the headshots, but it was what it was. And then Jon Moxley's like, hey, Juice Robinson, we're going to settle the score here. Well, on night 2, that is. Juice has got a chance to become double champion. Then we get Will Ospreay versus Hiromu Takahashi, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match. I cannot sum up well enough how great this match was. You guys need to go watch this. This and the main event were the matches of the night easily. They're going to be hard to top tomorrow. Or, well, I mean, technically tonight for night 2. My God. It was just great. It was great shit. It was really, really good shit. The crowd loved Hiromu. It was a lot of flippy shit and some strikes. Ospreay focused on the neck of Hiromu. There was a cool dive counter, like a Ospreay tries for the Sasuke special, does spring off the ropes, does the flip and everything, and does that where he just comes over onto the guy. Except Hiromu catches him and is going to give him a German suplex on the ramp. And then Ospreay flips over, does that. Hiromu throws him back in. Ospreay not even missing a beat, just does this and, just does the Sasuke special again. Not even missing a beat in the sense where he's like, you know what, fuck this. Now, yeah, people can say Ospreay's matches are video game, anime, whatever. And, yeah, part of that's true. I've come to appreciate a lot of what Will Ospreay does. I've also seen Will Ospreay live. I saw him at the Super J Cup. TV doesn't quite do justice for just how great he is, which is saying something. But I have an appreciation for Will Ospreay, at least his matches. His tweets and some of the stuff he believes, okay, I don't have so much something for that. But if we're just strictly focusing on the wrestling persona, there's very few better than Will Ospreay right now. I know some people may not agree. And I'm not a flippy shit type person, even though I like cruiserweight action. He makes it work. He really does make it work. So, this was some great stuff, though. Hiromu does get beat up for a while. It does get a little bit hard to watch because it's like, okay, can he continue? Is his neck okay? Because he's doing a really good job selling. And then he starts spamming a whole bunch of finishers. Like we get, wheelbarrow off the top for 2. We get dynamite plunger for 2. And then we get Made in Japan from Will Ospreay for 2. Shooting Star. We get the Os Cutter. Hiromu kicks out of the Os Cutter. Flip Destroy by Hiromu. We then get the Hidden Blade Elbow and really heavy strike on that. But then soon after we get the Time Bomb. 1, 2. Holy shit. He pulled out his finisher. What's going to happen? Oh, he has a new finisher. It's like an inverted brainbuster thing. I don't know what the fuck you call it. But eventually Hiromu gets the 1, 2, 3. The match was incredible. Check it out. It is a great goddamn match. Classic junior heavyweight stuff. Just fucking great. I can't summarize it any better than that. And Hiromu's got to be happy. Daryl's got to be happy. Mr. Belt is back with Daryl. The plush toy, the plush cat, in case you didn't know what the hell and who the hell Daryl is. So we then get to a match that was divisive among a lot of people. Jay White versus Tetsuya Naito, IWGP Intercontinental Championship. I wanted to like this, but I didn't. They are trying too hard with Jay White. It is not working. It's not working to the level they want. Now, Jay White is over. He is getting the New Japan fans to hate him, but Here's the problem. You can make matches formulaic. You can make it where it's like, okay, some people say Okada matches are formulaic. Yes and no, but Okada can at least make it interesting. But I understand what people are saying. Some people say, well, Ospreay, this kind of stuff, or a lot of people have a certain formula that they follow. The problem with Jay White matches is with very few variations, they are the same. They are the same goddamn match, at least in the last year. At least in the maybe even in the last year and a half. Now, his match with Okada G1 Supercard was pretty good. His match with Okada at the Dome last year was pretty good. A couple of his matches in the G1 Climax, including the finale against Bushi, was pretty good. The problem is, though, they're doing the same interference spots, Gato distracting, the referee bumps, that kind of stuff, and they're dragging it out forever. You could do that stuff within like 20 minutes. This match went nearly 30 minutes, nearly 30, something, and it didn't need to go that long. Now, I was happy with the finish. Before that, you got neck focus by Naito focusing on Jay White's, focusing, trying to beat him up and everything, and basically take away the Blade Runner, because you kind of need to, have the proper, torque and everything. Can't torque if you don't have a good neck. And then Naito's knee kept getting focused on, stuff like that, including Gato interfering at one point, hitting a chair into the steel post, not even the Naito's knee, but just to the post. But then after that, Naito was selling, it was this kind of stuff, and okay, great. He couldn't hit the Destino for a while. He had Glory at one point, got two. Jay White kept trying to hit Blade Runner. They're protecting Blade Runner at least well enough to wherever, if anybody kicks out of it, it's a Jay White hits it, and then nobody can get to, he can't get to that person for like a minute, like 30 seconds to a minute, and then they can kick out. Okay. He tries for a Tanahashi tap out, that knee bar that he used on Tanahashi, and then he, tried on Naito. Would it be the Naito tap out? No, it wasn't. There was, again, interference, ref bump, low blow, all this stuff. 2 Destinos. Jay White kicked out of one of them, but then Destino, and then 1, 2, 3. So Tetsuya Naito is the new IWGP Intercontinental Champion, which they could have accomplished in maybe about 20 minutes instead of 30. Look, they want to give the fans in the Tokyo Dome their money's worth, especially for those who travel all around the world, and that's great. I'm not complaining about that. The crowd was into the match. But the live crowd, the crowd watching at home, though, it seemed to be like 75-25. Like, there were a lot of people that did not care for this. And I'm going to go so far as to say that some of Jay White's matches can be boring. Now, I'm not saying that Jay White necessarily is a boring wrestler. It's just, they're trying too hard with him, and I don't know if it's going to work the way they want. Yes, they're trying to do the Western expansion. Jay White can help. But they're trying to force him. And I don't think it's going to work the way they want. Now, this is my opinion. You guys can think differently if you'd like, and that's totally fine. But it's great that Naito won. And especially with what happened with the next match, we're going to find that out. We're going to find out here in a bit, even though if you watch the event, you already know. But still, this could have just been done a little quicker. Anyway, we get Okada versus Ibushi, IWGP Heavyweight Championship match. I almost said Intercontinental because I was just thinking about that. Nearly 40 minutes, and it was fucking terrific. It was an Okada-Ibushi match. How could it not be terrific? It's the Heavyweight Champion versus the G1 Climax 29 winner. What entrance for Okada? There was, he's an Adele fan because he set fire to the rain. And there were weird ogre things, creatures doing weird sword stuff, which was really odd. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And some really good stuff. He had glow-in-the-dark gear. It was really, really cool because he's Okada. He's the best wrestler in the world to a lot of people, myself included. And it was great stuff. It was a slow start, typical slow start. Got to where it was doing some strikes and stuff like that. There was a DDT off the guardrail. I don't know why Kota Ibushi hates his neck. There's a second rope moonsault that Kota hit perfectly sometime after. Okada does get a clutch variation on. And then Kota tries for a flip kick, lands right on his goddamn head. But nope, it's like, oh wait, I'm Kota Ibushi. I'm made of rubber. And then just hit the bastard driver on Okada. Holy shit, that looked like it hurt. Moonsault outside by Kota, and we get a drop kick out, countering the Bomaye, because, Ibushi's a big, found Nakamura to be a big influence on him. And then Dark Ibushi comes out, where Ibushi just gets that blank stare, and you're just like, okay. We don't want to see that. I mean, fans do. Opponents don't want to see that. And then what happens is Ibushi is hitting him. And I mean, he's hitting him full force. If he's not hitting, if he's not actually hitting him like fucking hell, he was just smashing him and smashing him. Not like that, but just with punches and kicks and stuff like that. Nearly got disqualified. But he just had that look where it's like he's just not there. He's just absolutely. I mean, he's in the ring, but he's trying to kill somebody. And then we get a tombstone by Okada on the apron. I don't know why. Ouch. Again, Kota hating his neck. German suplex, spike suplex by Okada. Good lord. And then Kota doing the lift German suplex that he does off the ropes. Hits a Bomaye, but kick out of one. Hits another. Gets a near 3 count. More strikes and Rainmaker counters and other stuff and everything. The Kamigoye gets, just a 2 count. Rainmaker variations get a 2 count. One Rainmaker gets a 2 count, which I just couldn't believe. Kota Ibushi would not stay down. And my God, this thing just went it went forever, but in a good way. Eventually, Rainmaker 1, 2, 3. Kota Ibushi just did not have anything left, even though he basically gave everything there. Kazuchika Okada retained. And even afterwards, he's in the corner. Ibushi is getting, treatment, ice packs and all that stuff. And Okada's like pointing at the ground, like pointing, saying to the crowd, hey, let's applaud this guy. Let's applaud this guy. And he applauded him. And it was great. It was good stuff. It was really, really good stuff. I really did enjoy this match. I mean, come on. How could I not? And I enjoyed the Junior Heavyweight Championship match. And I enjoyed the U.S. title match. There were things I enjoyed about this show. There were certain things I didn't enjoy about this show, as I just, as I somewhat eloquently put, however you say that word. I do want to say, however, that now it's going to be Tetsuya Naito, IWGP Intercontinental Champion, versus Kazuchika Okada for the main event tomorrow. If they don't have Tetsuya Naito win, they're at the risk of making it the Okada problem. And it's going to be the Okada problem. And even though Okada is super popular, Naito being a double champion, righting the wrong of Wrestle Kingdom 12, even though I understood why they did it, the way they booked it kind of, caused some issues. I get why it happened. But now they have a chance. They have a chance to redo it and do it right. And hopefully they do. Because if Naito does not walk out as a double champion, that's going to be something. It's going to be Okada's downfall that he doesn't really care about the Intercontinental Championship. Now, that being said, I thought all things, thought totality of the event. I had a ton of fun at this event. I wanted to give it an A, even an A-. I can't, because there were some matches I didn't particularly care for. Or they were just kind of there. I'm giving it a solid B+ is what I'm giving it. And that's on the strength of the U.S. Championship match, the Junior Heavyweight match, and the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If I forget to put a poll up here, which is very likely, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'm going to go to work for 8 hours, and I'm going to get a nap in, and then I'm going to be here for night 2, so look out for that review. I'll see you guys soon.